What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back for another video. In today's video, I'm going to talk about these gauntlets and why I'm going to remake them. Alright, so we got gauntlets, and I love these gauntlets. I have been looking at these gauntlets and working on them off and on for quite a while. I actually got these from Maker Bake 3D, and I love the fact that they're hinged, which is great. They fit good, and I've been working on them and getting them ready, and I was looking at them and I was like, wait a minute. I think we can do better. And what I mean by that is there's nothing technically wrong with these. I mean, they're perfectly good gauntlets. But from the time I made these until today, I have learned so much more when it comes to 3D printing. Excuse me. And so what I wanted to do was redo them. And I'm sort of going to explain why. There's the little hinge pin right there. One of the first things when I first got into 3D printing, I really didn't understand a lot of the things, and I've learned, and I've made a ton of mistakes, and I took my time with it, and I accepted mistakes that I was going to make. When I first got these and made them, I didn't know a lot about infill and supports and things like that. I just done the best I could, and they came out great. There's nothing wrong with them. Again, there's certain imperfections that I can get rid of with paint and filler and everything else. But again, there's things that I learned and learned that I would like to see if it would make it better. So first things first, when I did these, I did them at a 10% infill, which basically means that inside here it's 10%. And I thought, and again, they work. I mean, there's nothing wrong with them. But I thought, wait a minute, I want them a little sturdier because not this one actually, so we got a couple of screw attachments here. There's a piece that attaches here with screws and also here. And so I'm thinking to myself, like, if I have more of an infill density, that is going to make it even better. So that's what I'm doing. I am currently reprinting both of these gauntlets. I went from a 10% infill to a 30% infill. Size is great. They fit great. Nothing wrong with that. And that should make them a lot stiffer, a lot more durable in the long run. Especially when I start adding screws and stuff. Excuse me. Another couple of things that I wanted to redo was the attachments. Again, when I first started doing this, I just had when I first printed these, I only had one printer when I first did these. And I printed the attachments with PLA or FDM as well. And again, this is the attachment that goes here on this one, like that. Looks really, really cool. Nothing wrong with it. But I wanted to take it up a notch. And by that, I wanted to do it in resin. Excuse me. And I just think that with resin, a lot of the work that I have put into these to try to make it look right, I think it would look better in resin. And this is actually, to make this is 3 pieces, and I'm actually printing those pieces. The next clip that I put on here will probably be taking those off the resin printer. And we'll take a look at those. But yeah, so I wanted to do this out of resin. This piece here, which is for the hose attachment, it actually mounts right here, like so. again, perfectly fine, nothing wrong with it, but I wanted this out of resin because that's going to give it a little bit more weight. It's going to make this, because this is solid. I didn't hollow this out, and this is solid. And so I just wanted something a little bit more substantial to put the screws in. So that takes care of those pieces. There's also some pieces that actually go in here and also in here that are really detailed pieces that I never could get to print right on my FDM printer. So now that I have resin printers, I can print those out. And finally, there's this piece, this control panel piece, which actually, mounts right here. It actually mounts those screws there. And as you can see, I actually have the point of where the actual hinge mounts to this. So we got the hinge right there, and then when you open it up, you've got this piece that actually mounts. So I wanted this to be a little tougher for whenever you take this on and off. Again, make it out of resin, make it a little bit more sturdy, make this a little bit more sturdy, and then go from there. So can I make this work? Yes, I can make this work. I just thought, let's see if I can make it better. And that's what we're going to be doing over the course of this video. Today's video, or this clip here, is the introduction part of it. I'm going to show you some of the process of printing the gauntlets, because I'm actually able to print both of these at the same time, all 4 pieces. Another thing that I did on this one, and I think it's because the infill was so low, there's actually a piece here that actually broke off when I was putting the rod in. So, you know, mistakes. So the point of this video is to honestly just say it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to abandon your progress and start over, because sometimes what you learn here you can apply to phase or version 2, whatever, and you can go from there. So tell you what, let's do. Let's go over to the printer and I will show you some clips of that, and yeah, we'll go from there. All right, guys, we got them going. Got the old artillery Sidewinder doing its job. And as you can see on this one, how thick the infill is. Whoops. I don't want to move the camera while this thing's moving. But this is what I was talking about by infill density. So this is 30%, 10%, a whole lot bigger gaps on this cross pattern right there. So, and also you can tell back here on this how denser everything is, which is just going to make it so much more stronger. Like right there. So anyway, guys, I'm going to let this keep printing, and I'll see you at the next clip. All right, everybody. Here's an update on the gauntlets. They are coming out great. Everything's looking good. Prints rocking and rolling. So hopefully, we're about 50% done right now. So it's going to take a little while longer, but for now, let's head back over to the work table and check out some of the resin parts. All right, we got some parts. So just so you guys are up to speed, I've already resin printed the parts for one gauntlet. This is the actual other gauntlet. So we're going to get these off the plate. And I actually used 2 different support structures for this. On these smaller pieces, I just used a light support. And on the larger piece, I actually used a heavy support. Excuse me, I'll take my build plate, put it over here. All right, so first things first, we got to rinse these off. And I'm going to try, I got my alcohol here, this one piece is actually a pretty good size piece. And yeah, so we'll see. Let's get get them in there. I don't think this one will completely submerge, but that's why you keep extra alcohol on standby. Also, I recommend a silicone mat. They actually make a tremendous ease when it comes to resin and stuff. It cleans up really, really good. All right. That's a good start right there. All right, so get this thing sealed up in my vat here, and I'm going to get this started cleaning. I'll come back and I'll show you the resin pieces that I've already printed, and yeah, we'll go from there. All right, so I know this may be overkill, but I'm just showing you my process. I always change gloves when I am working with the actual resin before I put it into the cleaning vat. That's just me. There's those gloves. I don't know. It's just weird the way I am. So, and you may hear they're back there cleaning it. So, in a previous clip, I was showing you this piece here that was done with FDM printing, PLA, and again, it done a great job. Here is the resin one for this center section right here. Here is the end piece right here, and here is the nose cone right there. And it came out good. I mean, it came out really good. I definitely will have to do a little bit of sanding to get it to fit. That is totally normal. So I'm not too worried about that. To get the pieces on there, I mean, this is a pretty good snug fit on that. And this piece here, it'll actually go in right there. So I'm definitely going to have to just do a little bit of sanding just to get that to fit in there. Also, we have this control panel right here, little touchpad, came out great. We have this little piece here, and we have this just flat piece. But here's the advantage when it comes to the resin is this piece. I mean, look at the detail that's on this piece. I mean, that's pretty awesome if you ask me. So I got these pieces. The pieces that I printed out is this piece here and this piece, and I think there's some of the little rockets and things like that, which I'm doing something completely different for the rockets. So tell you what, when this gets done cleaning, I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you this little bad boy right here. All right, so we got the pieces, just took them out of the alcohol, and I mean, just massive amounts of supports that I have on this. And I actually learned this from another YouTuber that I follow. So I have a heat gun, but they make these heat guns here. This is, boom, actually got this from Amazon. But I want to show you something real quick. I'll do it on this one. So basically, I'm just going to heat up the supports. This also dries the denatured alcohol. But this right here will help tremendously on removing your supports. Makes it a little bit easier. You just want to keep it moving. And I mean, it gets hot. This thing gets just as hot as a normal heat gun. But as you can see, as long as you keep it moving, You can hold the piece, and we just sit there and just get this nice and warm. And yeah, we're getting there a little bit more. This step right here, I mean, you can cut all of these off, but for me personally, this is the way I do it, and I'm 99.9% happy with everything that I do when I'm doing it this way. But like right there, this little piece right there, I may need to snip that one because it's doing double duty, but it just pops right off, nice and easy. And I'll show you something else too. When it comes to this little section right in here, it actually will help smooth that out. Let me get this heated up. There's actually a hole underneath here, so that's the reason why it's taking a little bit more heat, because the supports are actually going into a hole like that. Look at there, just pops right off, easy breezy. So yeah, you got all these little little hole areas here, so you can see like that's pretty tough. You still may need to do some trimming, but I found that by doing it this way, it actually makes things cooperate a little bit more. So yeah, so what we'll do now is get some of these little pliers here and just pull the little remnants out. That's all we got to do. Now, the next thing that I typically do while I'm got the heat gun out, so you see it's got some like rough edges. So what I do is I'll heat this up. It doesn't completely, you're still going to have to do some sanding and stuff like that, but what I have found, if you heat it up and then just press it like so, it actually smooths it out a lot more. So yeah, there you go. So I tell you what, I'm going to finish cleaning up the rest of them, and I'll be right back. All right, so I got all the supports off. We still have one more step in this process, and that is to cure these parts. And what I typically do during this section, before I put it in the curing station, is I go through and make sure that any little tidbits are gone. Make sure that it's as clean as possible. I still have a little bit in there I need to clean out. But I just wanted to show you some of the pieces. So if you remember, this is the piece that was done with FDM. This is the resin piece. And I know the camera probably will not do it justice, but just to show you, so you see these layer lines right here? And again, this is when I first started doing this right there, smooth. So, and there's also a considerable weight difference, which is what I was wanting to feel when it's on the arm. So that's it for this this part of this video. I want to show you a few more little things. We got some little knobs right there, but check this out. Check out the little missiles, which I'm not going to be using these because there's something else I'm going to be using. So yeah, I'm not going to be using these. But anyway, guys, that's it for this section. When we come back, I should have the gauntlets printed. I'm going to get these in the curing station, let them get cured, and we will sort of do, I'll show you all the pieces done. So, yeah, that's it. See you next time. All right, everybody, we are done. The the gauntlets have finally completed printing over on my artillery printer. And yeah, these things are wicked cool. So we need to get them separated from the supports, and then we will talk a little bit more about the future and the next video when it comes to these, because there's a lot going on. So let's get these things off. Hey, we got pieces flying everywhere. There's that. That off right there. Got a good support on this one. I did not use the organic supports on this. I used the standard supports. So these will be a little bit more challenging to get off, but not too crazy. So oh, so nice. So nice. Get this. All right. I will tell you this right off the bat, the weight difference is exactly what I was looking for. I'm really liking this weight difference, which is it was important to me, because you know, you gotta sort of feel that it's there. So in this section here, we got some hinges. I want to be very careful here. I don't want to damage any of these. So let's get these off. Nice. Got a little bit left right there, no big deal. We also have the little enclosures here. Get those popped out. All right. I still got one big piece left right there. Got another hinge over here. Make sure that I'm grabbing the right part of it. That looks good. That looks good. Get that off. And it comes off really easy. It's not a, you just want to be careful. Take your time. Okay. Got a little bit going on right there. A little cleanup. Okay. A little bit there. A little bit there. And the stringing that we had on this was basically from this section here. With the getting these things filled in. It's no big deal, but it's the little pieces right there. That one is pretty much done. But yeah, like this stringing right here, it's from the supports. I probably could have put support blockers there and not had any, but I just didn't. Pop that out. And as you can see, I mean, everything's coming out relatively easy. No major things so far. There is one piece that I still need to get out. It'll be the most challenging. Okay, get that popped out. Come on. Come on, get on out of there. You know you want to. There it went, boom. Oh, this, yes. These turned out really good. Really good. I'm definitely more excited about this second run of these than I was the first ones. I like the first ones, don't get me wrong, but some of the stuff that I did with these are an improvement, and something I'm going to do in the finishing process will be an improvement. So there's that one. Got a little piece there, got some little pieces. And the beauty of actually printing these, I can actually look at these other ones and know exactly where the support is. So we're just going to pop that off. Look at there. Boom. Popped it right off. Oops. Very, very nice. Yes. And we got some more little pop outs right here for the latches. And I also have some little holes here. We'll punch them out. I may need to get another tool, but I can at least get them broke loose. There, that one popped out, that one popped out, and that one popped out. There we go. So, boom, right there. And just a little bit of cleanup. Okay. Get the hinges. Got to get the hinges off. Get that one off. And get that one off. Boom. All right. The last piece is this one here. I've already done some cleanup on it, but there's a main section of supports that I put right there, which is right here, is all of that. So this one's a little bit, it's not impossible, but it's one of those that requires a little bit of patience and a little bit of, you know, this is the most sturdy of all the supports. And what I'm going to do is, once you get to the point to where you can actually start breaking it loose, it'll pop out. So what I do normally is I'll take it and I'll get the end open and then do a series of insertions and twists like that, and voila. Easy breezy. Easy breezy, lemon squeezy. All right, so we've got all the pieces. Let me get all this stuff cleaned up. I'll come back. I'll show you everything. I'll show you some of the parts that's going to be going on to this. And yeah, I'll talk a little bit about the next video. All right, everybody, got them all cleaned up. And yeah, looky there. Look at that. I have not cut the hinge pins yet. I actually do leave them long because I'm not ready for final assembly. But I did want to show you these hinge rods, which is basically right there. The very, very simplistic. Once you clean out the hinges, you just run it through and you're good to go. Some of the things I wanted to touch base on, when we look at some of the reasons why I redid these, number one, when I did these, I done them at a really low infill, and you know, they felt good, they fit good, no issues as far as that goes. I just felt like they wouldn't be sturdy enough when it comes time to do the hardware part of it, and that's something I wanted to show you guys, because there's other pieces to this puzzle, and we're going to look at a few of those pieces. So first and foremost, we got the actual hinge rods right there. Very, very simplistic. There's some brass tubing, which can actually be used, this brass tubing, if you use these darts, like so. But I'm not using these darts, so I'm using something else. And from Maker Bake 3D, I got this idea from all this stuff from when I bought these files. I'm going to be using actual arrow tips right there. for my missiles. So as you can see right here, I'll go ahead and preload sort of what it would look like right there. Much better than that. In my opinion, that's going to look really, really cool. Of course, I'm going to have to do some modifications to these, but these are actually arrows. So, yeah. I'm going to actually look. I may be able to incorporate some of this brass tubing in it. I don't know yet. It's there's a lot to this, and that's the reason why there's going to be another video on this. Some of the other pieces that we've looked at before, like this piece here, actually, you know, mounts right here, and you get these knuckles right here, knuckle screws. And you get these screws here, and basically you will attach this knuckle into this this piece. Then you've got some washers right there. So when you actually screw it up from underneath, like so, let me pull this rod out. So basically, in a nutshell, get the screw. And again, there'll be more in depth on this. And then you'll have the screw like that, and you can attach the pieces. So again, there's more coming when it comes to these. I'm pretty close to deciding the paint scheme that I want to do on these. But before I can get to that, we're going to have to prep everything, so that'll be in another video because that's a lot of work and you guys need it, so, or deserve it, or however we want to put it. But regardless, by doing these at 30% infill, they are substantially heavier than these. And a lot of thing with cosplay is weight, and I totally understand that, but I wanted durability, and that's just sort of the way I'm going to do with this. So, but anyway, guys, that's it. We're done with this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments what you thought. Let me know if you like this type of video, because I'm doing the work, so I don't mind shooting the videos. I've actually been kicking around with the idea of starting another YouTube channel that is specifically 3D, but I don't know. I'm enjoying putting all this mixed content out because I feel like a lot of times you don't get all the different aspects of hobbies and collecting and everything. And a lot of this stuff, it just intertwines with each other. I mean, making gauntlets for like a Mandalorian character, why do we do that? Because we collect those type of toys. We watch those type of TV shows. All of this stuff is intertwined with each other. So, you let me know what you think. But that's it for this one. Definitely, I think you'll enjoy the next video because I'm going to show you some of my prep process. This may turn out to be like 2 more parts, because there's this part, the printing part, then there's the finish, you know, and getting it painted part, and then there's the final fit part where you assemble everything. So I don't know yet. I'm gonna work around with it because there's a lot of stuff going on with this. But that's it for this video, guys. If this is your first time to my channel, if you enjoy this type of content, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and make sure and turn notifications on. That way you'll know when part 2 of this video drops. So you won't know unless you got notifications turned on. And finally, please always remember, toys, 3D printing, collectibles, everything that we do to put joy in our hearts refreshes your soul. And I'll see you next time.